What up? What up? Wait for everybody to get up in here right now. Really quick. You know what I mean? Wait for people to get in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What up, everyone out there? Watching live right now. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go up top and hit that like button. And let's get into this, man. I'm going to reserve my official statement and my opinion on this for later on in the podcast, but I wanted to read this over and get the opinions on anyone out there that's watching and caring and listening right now. So let me get into the particulars. For those of you who don't know, Tekashi and his recently fired managers, as well as two other former associates, are in federal custody today after getting busted on racketeering charges, which almost certainly means the rapper is going to prison. This is courtesy of TMZ. Now, law enforcement sources say that 6ix9ine was arrested Sunday night by the ATF agents in New York City, and agents also hauled in his ex-manager TreWay Shotti at the same time. Now, obviously, Tekashi went on his IG a couple days ago and said that he had fired TreWay, fired all of his team. His managers were shit. His promoters were shit. We heard the Breakfast Club interview, etc. Now, one other suspect arrested was Fahim Walter, a.k.a. Crippy. He was the gentleman who got shot a few weeks ago during an altercation with Tekashi's record label. All four men are facing racketeering and firearms charges. TMZ is told the investigation was a joint effort by the ATF, NYPD, and Homeland Security. Damn. I want to know everyone's thoughts on this right now, man. Like I said, I'm going to reserve my right, you know what I'm saying, for later on. I'm not going to really say much yet. I'm going to wait for the podcast for my brother God over at Hip Hop News Uncensored, the Uncensored Truth podcast. But I wanted to get everyone out there's general thought on, you know what I mean, what they thinking out there. Because there's a lot going on with 6ix9ine, man. People saying he's the feds. People saying he's talking too much. People saying this. He was on the Breakfast Club saying his two worst fears in life is God and the feds. Now he's staring one of his fears dead in the face. You know what I mean? So what are the people out here thinking, man? What y'all thinking on it? Obviously, they've been watching this kid for a long time. Obviously, he's been on the radar for a lot of negative attention. You know what I mean? When you put yourself out there, you got eyes and ears of everyone on you, and he did. And we both, God and I, said that he was kind of moving in a shady way. For those of you who are coming in right now, I will read this again. For the people, Tekashi has been arrested by federal agents. His manager Shotti, TreWay Shotti, has also been arrested by federal agents, and his former associate Fahim Walter. All four men are facing racketeering and firearm charges by the ATF, NYPD, and Homeland Security. Man, oh man, oh man. Now, I know a lot of people out there right now will still kind of go to the notion that he's a plant, he's a seed, that all this still is a hoax. Got an album coming out the 23rd of November. A lot of people are probably taking that as a hoax, you know what I mean? So what is the overall thought and consensus of 6ix9ine going to jail? 6ix9ine being locked up. You know what I mean? TreWay being locked up. Did 6ix9ine say too much? 6ix9ine talking too much? Y'all let me know right now what y'all think about that. You know what I mean? The people out there, sharing this real quick, excuse me. But yeah, man. 6ix9ine looks like he bit off a little more than he can chew. Like I said, I'm going to reserve my opinion for the Uncensored Truth podcast later. But this is fucked up, man. This is real fucked up, and this looks like this could be the straw that finally broke the camel's back with Tekashi 6ix9ine. This could be it. His gangster's going to be tested now. That. He done wrote a check that his mouth is I don't even know the word right now. His mouth wrote a check that his ass is not gonna be able to cash. He's sitting up in federal prison. And it's crazy because once the feds get on you, like we were talking about with our man A.R. Rab and that whole situation, that debacle that we seen out in Philadelphia a little over a month ago, when that shit went down, man, we said that maybe was it a situation where Ab was he talking too much? You know what I mean? Was it Vlad? Was it the interviews? Was it just the showing off? You know what I mean? What was it that really got him caught up in the kind of the same things resonate through my mind as I see 6ix9ine in this situation? Is he a victim of just saying too much? Did he keep it too real? I know a lot of people like that. They said it's a publicity stunt. But yeah, man, when you got the ATF, Feds, Homeland Security, Jesus Christ. And yeah, what my man just saying here, don't Homeland Security deal with terrorism? Yes, they do. They're not playing with him. They're trying to get him under the RICO. We all know what that is. Firearms, racketeering, this shit does not look good for that brother there. I want to know how many people still think this is a publicity stunt. I see publicity stunt. Know the album's coming out. I'm just trying to get a gauge of the people before I go on here live with my brother O-God a little later on, man. You know what I mean? Definitely arrogant. People can go one way or another whether he deserved this for being arrogant. I don't think so. I know he had like a love him or hate him kind of attitude. He's trolling like a motherfucker throughout the hip-hop community, obviously, with his beef out in Chicago, his beef in L.A., his beef in Houston, beef in New York where he lives. You know what I mean? People were thinking that this was a little bit of a stunt, but I think this is serious. I'm just going to say that. But I love the comments. You know what I mean? I love the opinion. I can't wait to see. You know what I mean? What O-God has to say later on in regards to this. I think it's going to be real dope. My first time really on here. Sandman Uncut. This is where I'll be going live and really getting it in. Going against the grain more than I usually do in Viral Hip Hop News and the Uncensored Truth podcast. But yeah, man, just wanted to drop this story. Tekashi 6ix9ine, TreWay, Shotti are currently in federal custody. Joint effort by the ATF, NYPD, and Homeland Security. God damn. Now, obviously, when the feds coming after you and, you know what I mean, you got this kind of heat on you, they've been doing research for a long time. This isn't something that just happened last week, and then all of a sudden they just say, yeah, let's go get this kid. They've been stockpiling information for a long time. And if they brought him in, they don't have any intent on letting him leave. I'll put it that way. So this shit look extremely grim for 6ix9ine. The album is still coming out. I feel like the album is going to do even more numbers than what it was supposed to do prior to this. I think the album's going to do insane. Whether or not you're a fan or not, I don't know if I'm going to particularly listen to the music because I'm not a fan of his music. Very interesting personality, to say the least, but I don't really dig his music. But yeah, for us to feel like we didn't know it was coming, we definitely seen this kind of thing coming because of how he moved. Oh God, and I said 1,000 times over, he brings the wrong energy, he brings the wrong kind of attention towards him, and eventually it was going to bite him in his ass because you're either going to have a situation where people are going to look for a come up on you, to look to see you fail, to look to see you crumble, or you're going to have a situation where these balls are watching and you throwing out all this shit and you talking all this and all that comes back to haunt you. You know what I mean? You got to be real careful. He flaunts the money. He flaunts this. Not that he doesn't make money doing shows and everything like that, but all that shit has to be accounted for. You know what I mean? So this looks real ugly for him. Got me. He all got. Hey, man. His bills are pretty crazy. I mean, he's paying close to $500,000 in security. He had to be. You know what I mean? That bill had to be crazy. I don't think this is a situation where I think that we can get rid of the fact that he's working with the feds, or maybe not yet. I don't see any situation where he had enough money to pay off the feds. I just don't see that. I think that they were watching this kid. I think that he was running his mouth a little too much. Whether that was a publicity stunt or not, whether that was a facade, we all know that he was a troll. He admitted to be a troll. You feel me? So, in that regard, I don't think that a lot of the things, the antics that he put on were very serious. But when you got them boys watching and they looking for a reason to knock you down, you can't say 6ix9ine and give them plenty of reasons. So I'm about to get out of here, man. I just wanted to get on here real quick. Let y'all know to subscribe to this channel as well. Sandman Uncut. We going raw, real uncut over here. You feel me? Uncensored Truth Podcast live every Wednesday. Oh, shit. Live every Friday night, exclusively on Hip Hop News Uncensored. We go live every Thursday evening on the Uncensored Truth Podcast, man. And I'll be live here going in on breaking stories and things like that as they come about. You feel me? Yeah, man. If no one else has anything to say in regards to 6ix9ine, make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Make sure you subscribe to the movement. Hit the notification bell. I'm about to get out of here, man. About to get up out of here. All right, man. I appreciate y'all. Just to recap real quick. I definitely will recap. Tekashi 6ix9ine is in federal custody after getting busted on racketeering charges. Almost 100% seals his fate in going to prison. This is courtesy to TMZ. Law enforcement tell TMZ that 6ix9ine was arrested Sunday night by ATF agents in New York City. And the agents also hauled in TreWay Shotti, his former manager. We all know he fired him earlier in the week, saying that he was being, robbed from his management, things like that. Another one of his former associates, Fahim Walter, a.k.a. Crippy, gentleman who was shot a few weeks ago at Tekashi's record label, he got shot as well. All 4 men are facing racketeering and firearms charges. The investigation was a joint effort by the ATF, NYPD, and Homeland Security. John Hamilton, what's good with you, my brother? Peace to you. All money ain't good money. Now, I know you've been watching Oh God and I on the Uncensored Truth Podcast, and we've been saying a lot that Tekashi's winning. You know what I mean? He's, like him or not, he's winning. Anything that he wants to do, he seems to be doing it, but at what cost? At what cost does this cost him? You know what I'm saying? And it looks like karma, and it just looks like the energy that he's brought about him finally bit him in his ass. I'm going to, like I said, I'm talking a little bit, but I'm going to reserve my complete opinion on this for the Uncensored Truth Podcast that we'll be taping later on in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see him getting out of this situation. We know he escaped a lot of real close calls in the past in regards to, you know what I mean, the law. Let's put it that way. I don't see him getting out of this. We're going on. We probably are going to, this will be a pre-production. So we'll pre-shoot in the afternoon sometime. And then we will be on to talk of, we'll drop the pre-recorded version of that on Hip Hop News Uncensored and Viral Hip Hop News later on in the evening. I'm sure we'll go on probably for a post-production or a pre-show on the Uncensored Truth Podcast channel itself to talk about it. But the actual like nuts and bolts of what we're going to talk about, we'll cut up, edit, and drop that later on both platforms, Viral Hip Hop News and Hip Hop News Uncensored. So stay tuned for that. This will definitely be one of the main topics of conversation. I'm also going to get into a little bit of football, some smack talk. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are talking about Colin Kaepernick coming to my Redskins, and I got some opinion on that. You know what I mean? We all seen Alex Smith, if you watch football, get his leg torn off yesterday. And now they're talking about Colin coming in and taking over. And I got a lot to say about that. Definitely got a lot to say about that. But let me read the comments real quick. My man, those are all the Alphabet Boy charges. Why did Homeland pick him up? Doesn't add up. That's interesting to me. Homeland being involved to that's interesting to me because they deal with terrorism and, you know what I mean, acts of terrorism and things like that. Well, where they see Tekashi 6ix9ine performing acts of terrorism will be interesting to find out. You know what I mean? John Hamilton, you're 100% correct. Feds got a 93 to 98% conviction rate. So we all know what that shit means. It ain't good. It ain't good. And he was talking about his two biggest fears in life, God and the feds. And he might be staring both of them in the face soon. Now, let me say this. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here celebrating on a kid losing his freedom. Not at all. This is a fucked up situation. It's a self-inflicted situation. He put this on himself, 100%. But a fucked up situation nonetheless. Because he was a role model to a lot of young kids, whether us older adults wanted to believe that or not. You know what I mean? He was definitely popular, and he was an example. And the antics that he put on, and the things and the way that he trolled people and the disrespect that he showed people, it really gave off some real bad energy and real bad vibes, no matter if he was acting or not. And karma has a way of busting you right upside the head, and it looks like they did now. Last place you want to be dealing with is the fucking feds. You know what I mean? Now, I want to ask you this. John Hamilton and everyone else in the building. Did the Breakfast Club interview, because we all say that he was doing damage control in that interview, did that help him, or was that the final nail in the coffin? Because Old God and I were talking, and we were asking ourselves, did 6ix9ine say too much in that? Did he say a little too much? I would like to get your opinion on that. Yeah, I mean, I'll bring that into the conversation later on. Yeah, TV Boston, if you don't know, I'll give a quick recap, why not? Tekashi 6ix9ine was arrested, taken into federal custody after getting busted on racketeering charges. Law enforcement tell TMZ that 6ix9ine was arrested Sunday night by ATF agents in New York City, and the agents also hauled in TreWay Shotti at the same time. Now, I don't know if they were brought in the same car or whatever the fuck was going on with that. Whatever. Law enforcement, hold on, my bad. One other suspect that was arrested was Fahim Walter, a.k.a. Crippy, the gentleman that got shot a couple weeks ago at Tekashi's record label. All men are facing racketeering and firearm charges. It was a joint effort by the ATF, NYPD, and Homeland Security. You know what I mean? I asked the question, did that Breakfast Club interview help or hurt him? I think that interview now is probably well over 4 to 5 million views. So you know they saw that, and he was very candid. He was talking about money. He was talking about this. He was talking about that. He's on his IG, just giving away so much shit. You know what I mean? He's not one that, I've never seen him on IG flaunting guns or flaunting anything that could potentially get him in a situation like that. But his words, him running his mouth, all that shit. You know what I mean? That's what got him in trouble. So a lot of people, y'all consensus is, and just correct me if I'm wrong on this, that Breakfast Club interview is what sealed his fate. He should have just shut the fuck up. As popular as it was, like I said, he did major damage on there. Should he have just... Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. As far as the comments, not 6ix9ine. The 6ix9ine shit's fucked up. So a lot of people are saying the Breakfast Club destroyed him. I might have to agree with y'all on that, but I'm going to reserve my right for later on. Just wanted to come in here and see what the people were saying real quick. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I think I've been on here a little too long. It is what it is. Tekashi and TreWay Shotti are currently in federal custody, a joint effort by the ATF, Homeland Security, NYPD. Can anyone tell me why they think or why they assume that Homeland Security was also involved in this? Are they going to try to say that he was performing acts of terrorism as well? And if so, shit. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that we're going to talk about. Because we've had some real healthy debate and disagreement on this. Is a lot of it, I mean, shit, the end result is what it is. But has his antics and has his promotion and how he promoted himself and his brand, as much popularity as has gained him, is that also one of the final nails in his coffin? Is this something that was eventually going to happen anyway, just based off of the persona that he gave off, the trolling, running to people's hoods, you know what I mean, messing around with that kind of fire, throwing around the shit. We all know what he does. Does that culminate to the demise of 6ix9ine, man? Terroristic threats. Whoo! Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Let me ask y'all another question. What do y'all think the end result is going to be for 6ix9ine? I'm just, like I said, we just jumping forward here real quick. What do y'all think the final outcome is? Do you see him doing serious jail time? Done. Damn. Yeah. I'd have to agree though. I'd have to agree though. I think he's done. That album's coming out the 23rd, and that's going to do numbers. I mean, that's probably going to do triple the numbers it's doing now. But it's not, this isn't a, I mean, I don't know. I was going to say this isn't a Bobby Shmurda situation. This seems a lot more serious. So, nah, nobody wish he was done. I don't wish he was done at all. I just, the negative attention and the energy that he brought on himself, I wish that he would have changed that. Darren, what's up with you, brother? I'm going to make you a moderator for this joint. All right. Anyway. But yeah, man. Did 6ix9ine turn a lot of people off, or like, because it seems like a lot of people, I don't want to say people are happy about this. I don't want to say that. But it seems like people are like, ha ha, they're ready to go, ha ha ha, I told you so. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. But this is self-inflicted. He definitely brought on this energy. This doesn't look good. What was that rate, John Hamilton? 93 to 98% success rate. Once the feds grab your ass, you're toast. You know what I mean? Oh God and I also were talking on the Uncensored podcast about him. You know what I mean? It looked like he was trying to change up his persona a little bit. He was transitioning and crossing over to the pop records, and he was crossing over to the Latino records, was doing songs in Spanish, and it looks like he was trying to change his brand up a little bit. You know what I mean? Change that brand up and go a different direction in the trolling. And we thought that that was a good idea, but eventually, and this was more so on the trolling incident, that, you know what I mean? Even though you may try to change your image, you may try to change your persona, you may try to change the way you do things, people aren't going to forget that. And you pissed off and you scarred a lot of people in Chicago, Houston, LA, New York, to name a few. And even though a lot of the rap personas, you know what I'm saying, even though, oh God, what's good, even though a lot of the, you know what I mean, a lot of the trolling and the persona shit, it was all for act, what was it eventually going to get him? Was it going to be his demise? You know what I mean? And I think that it was. Nah, my bad. We were saying eventually, you know what I mean, he could be driving down the street alone, and someone that he, you know what I mean, pissed off back in the day can come and try to check him, and that wouldn't be good. So it was time for him to change up his image, time for him to change that up. And then it seemed like he went right back to the old shit. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say the trolling is what got him in jail. No, that's insane. That's ridiculous to say. Got him negative attention, though. It got him negative attention. He definitely thought it was a game. I think he's a victim of not taking shit serious enough, especially when he started gaining claim to fame. It's funny because it's kind of like when I'll just give you a little personal perspective. It's like when you drop a video, right, on YouTube in particular, and that video goes from no views to 50,000 views or 60,000 views, it kind of makes you go, oh shit, like they're watching, the people see it. And then that just kind of, it makes you react. So it's like once he started seeing that door and that Pandora's box go wide open, it's like he almost got drunk with the shit and didn't know how to turn that off. You know what I mean? Because he still could have been himself and toned it down a little bit. But that is what it is, man. He made his name to claim doing what he's doing. And now he's sitting behind bars. You know what I mean? Is the media to blame? What do you think about the media? You know what I mean? Souping up this and a lot of the attention. Are we to blame? And I put myself in that box. Are the media to blame for what he's going through right now? Gassing his kid up, loving him, hating him, just constantly giving him attention. You know what I mean? Eric Gonzalez says, lawyer up. He got plenty of lawyers. We know his legal team is tight. And legal team is tight. 93 to 98% success rate when you dealing with the feds. 93 to 98. They ain't fucking playing. And they just didn't grab him last night. This wasn't something that they were like, okay, he did this Breakfast Club interview, we're going to get his ass. This is something that they stockpiled. Now, something that I asked, I see people coming through. Make sure you hit that like button as you come through. Subscribe to this channel. This is where I'll be going uncut, live. When I'm not with my brother, Oh God, on the Uncensored True podcast, I'll be giving my raw opinion on here. Now, I'm reserving my right on my opinion for later on with my brother O on my opinion. But I want to just get the general consensus of what the people are thinking right now. Let me give a brief recap for the people coming in. If you did not hear the news, I apologize for the people that have already heard it a million times, but I'm going to say it again. Let me get this up right here. Oh, I don't know what happened to my news story, but I could give a general assessment. Tekashi 6ix9ine was arrested last night by the ATF. It was a joint collaboration between the ATF, NYPD, and Homeland Security. Brought him in last night on federal racketeering charges, firearm charges. I heard something about the RICO Act also being put into play, which ain't never good. They also got his former manager, TreWay, Shotti. He's also in federal custody, and former associate Fahim Walter, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Let me get this information up. Gentleman that got shot last week or a couple weeks ago at Tekashi's event. Those three gentlemen, as well as another gentleman, is currently in custody. This isn't a game. This isn't a joke. We all seen yesterday on Academics Twitter that he dropped it. He also dropped it on his IG, and a lot of people were kind of like, all right, yeah, this is a joke. We've seen him get hacked before. I mean, let's wait to see what's going on. Crippy there, that's right. Good looking on that, John. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, this is crazy. What I got in here, do you think Academics will be picked up for his affiliations? I'm not answering that here. I'll answer that on the podcast later on, but that is a great question. I would love to know what the people in the comment section think about that. You know what I mean? I asked the question to the people that were listening beforehand, because I was supposed to have been got the fuck up out of here, but fuck it. Did the Breakfast Club interview, the interview he did last week, great interview, got him millions and millions of views. I think that's currently at probably 4 or 5 million. Did that interview hurt him? Did that interview kill him? Why won't you answer the question? I'm going to tell you why, William Santiago, because you've got to subscribe to the Uncensored Truth podcast. Myself and Oh God are going to answer all questions on the podcast live, and we'll also have that exclusively on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. I want to know what the people got to say, and I'm going to bring your comments, your thoughts, your questions to the podcast, and I will answer them later. You got my word on that. I'm not ducking the question. I'm going to answer the question. You know what I mean? I got you. Relax. Hold your tongue. Subscribe to the movement. It's coming on later. You know what I mean? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, man. Got to be careful. You got to be careful on what to say. I think if we learn anything, Especially in social media in a day and age, you got to be careful what you say when you put the camera on your face because you never know who's watching. I also don't want to speculate because I don't have all the information. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go off a hearsay or an opinion thinking that someone else is going to get picked up for a situation just based off of them being cool with somebody. I kind of think that's ridiculous, but I'll reserve my entire right for the show later on. You know what I mean? What up to everyone coming in right now? If I got new listeners and new watchers that watch me on the Uncensored Truth podcast with my brother O God, if you watch me on Viral Hip Hop News, if you watch me on Push Up with Sandman, make sure you subscribe to this channel too, Sandman Uncut, where I'll be going live, going against the grain, talking some shit, man. I also wanted to talk about, I'm not going to do it on here, I'll do it on another show later on, but get a little bit into some football smack talk. My Redskins yesterday, we dropped one to the Texans. Alex Smith got his leg snatched the fuck off and threw in the stands. You know what I mean? And now the Redskins are talking about bringing in Mark Sanchez and some other bum-ass nigga for a workout. And a lot of people are up in arms because we ain't getting Colin Kaepernick. Why ain't Kaepernick coming in? Why we ain't giving Colin Kaepernick a chance? Why ain't the NFL giving Kaepernick a chance? And man, I got my opinions on that. I can't wait to talk about that later too. Man, oh man, do I have my opinions on that. You know what I mean? Indeed, indeed. But yeah, man, I can't wait to get on the podcast later on. I mean, talk some shit with my bro, Oh God, Hip Hop News Uncensored. I don't know if you still in the building. You know what I mean? Can't wait to weigh in on this. Yeah, that was crazy. He did break his leg 33 years to the day that Joe Thousand broke his. Lawrence Taylor, snapped his leg off. I believe in 1985. I was 2. Wild shit, man. But Colin Kaepernick back to the NFL is a hot topic. I'm going to talk about that. Good old Bulls Network. Ain't that the truth? That's why Colin Kaepernick got no business in there. But I'm going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Rocco, that's my motherfucking guy. What up, man? I appreciate seeing you on all the platforms. I mean, drop y'all area codes, man. I can share the energy in here while we talk about 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is fucked up. 6ix9ine is fucked up. And it's a bad situation. Are you into the Boston hip-hop scene? Not like that, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the closest thing that I do to Boston, and this ain't in Boston, this is up in New York, Buffalo, Benny the Butcher, Griselda. I fuck with them heavy, but I know that ain't Boston. You know what I mean? Indeed, indeed. DC, what's good? 901, what's good? Are you a Redskins fan? Green Eyes, what you think about Alex Smith getting that turkey leg chopped off yesterday? 478, what's good? What's good? What up? Sorry about that little glitch. I saw that joint. But yeah, man, Takashi's ass is in trouble. Talk about it later on the podcast. Make sure you subscribe to Viral Hip Hop News, Hip Hop News Uncensored, the Uncensored Truth Podcast's official channel on YouTube. We'll be going in. Probably go live on that a little later on our pre-production or post-production meeting. Get with the people, you know what I mean? Hashtag Content Kings. We don't play any games over here. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm about to get out of here, man. Oh, this nigga's an Eagles fan. Damn. Oh, man. Man. It's all good, man. My household, my family, it's either the Eagles or the Redskins, you know what I mean? So, let me know, man. Put us up on some Boston hip-hop. My email is dlsmediainc1@gmail.com. Any local artists or anybody you think that deserves some attention, shoot me an email, man. I'll definitely show them some love. That's something that we're trying to do, too, is change the game and go against the grain. You know what I mean? And just show people love that don't typically get the love from your mainstream media. We trying to be that outlet. You feel me? Before you go, shout out Red Sox. I'll give a shout out to the Red Sox. I'm a Mets fan, but shout out to the Red Sox. #1 team in the MLB this year, World Series champs, over 100 wins. tore everybody's asses up in the playoffs. Yeah, y'all get that credit. I'm gonna get on here and do some like, you know what I mean, Monday morning sports smack talk, I think. You know what I mean? That Monday morning sports smack talk. Rocco, I told you, man, you got my word. Once push up the same man, get to 1,000, I got you. And if you don't want to wait that long, link is in the description box for purchase, brother. I appreciate the support. But yeah, you definitely got a free hat coming, man, because I appreciate you showing me love on all of my platforms, man. That's for sure. That's for sure. I know you don't wish Kirk Cousins was still there. Huh? Kind of. More than Alex Smith. Shit. But I rocks with Colt McCoy because regardless, we wasn't winning the Super Bowl anyway. Not this year. I'm a realist. We wasn't winning the Super Bowl. Not with Alex Smith, not with Cody Rhodes, whoever the fuck is in there. We wasn't winning, you know what I mean? Corey Holcomb, whoever the fuck is quarterback for the Redskins. We wasn't winning the Super Bowl this year. Not this year. But yeah, man, this is Viral Hip Hop News. Uncut. Sam Ant Uncut. About to get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all vibing. Stay tuned for the live edition of the Uncensored Truth Podcast coming a little later on today. Stay tuned for the Uncensored Truth Podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. Viral Hip Hop News will be dropping this information later on my thoughts on Tekashi 69. Now I'm about to get up out of here. I'll answer a couple more questions before I do. You know what I mean? You think LBJ is going to surpass MJ this year? No, never. He never will. Never. It's never going to happen. You know what I mean? Indeed, indeed. Everyone go ahead to the podcast later on. We're going to get busy. We're going to go all the way in on this situation. Give my uncut, raw, unbiased opinion on Tekashi 69. Appreciate each and every one of y'all checking me out, sticking around. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.